timeout after about 2.5 minutes, and we didn't have the fight. We stayed and managed to be in the game. We're down 5 at half. We tie it up at the end of the third. But we never brought the fight that we needed against a team like this, and they did in the fourth quarter. They were really hedging and blitzing all of our pick and rolls, and they were rotating, put us in some scramble situations. We didn't get off the ball quick enough, and we didn't get some movement quick enough. So they brought the fight to us, especially in the fourth quarter. We needed to do that, and right from the start we didn't do it, and managed to do it for about 24 or 30 minutes, and then in the fourth quarter it slipped away again after that technical situation.
I know Caris got going early. Avonte at some point had got going, but neither one scored in the fourth quarter. Was that just the result of just how offense?
No, I mean, we didn't score. Yeah, we didn't score. I apologize cutting you off, but we didn't score. We had 5 points for a long time. I don't think it was a result of anything other than their defense. We try to run a couple sets. We're getting off the ball quick and trying to get it into Domas. The one play we try to run to get Domas to touch, they ended up fouling, and then they basically fronted the post the next time we tried to run it, which took that out. But no, we had a hard time obviously executing in the fourth quarter, and it was a number of reasons. Turnovers definitely didn't help. They've been missing guys all year, and I think one of the things that does is it allows other guys to step up and perform with confidence, and no surprise in that regard. Drew, as we talked about, has never been a backseat guy. He controls the game and manages the game well, and he knew when he needed to score, and he knew when he needed to get other guys involved, and I think he did a marvelous job of doing that tonight, which is why he is who he is. But this is who they are. This is why they were the champions. They've had multiple guys contribute, and on a night where they're missing bodies, all of their guys were able to step up.
Pat Boylan, go ahead.
Lloyd, runs are obviously going to happen in the fourth quarter there. What did you sense was the difference between being able to get a smaller run stopped and then what ultimately happened, which was that run by Milwaukee?
Yeah, I think you want to try and stop the runs, but timeouts, we used 2 that I had prior to the 3-minute mark. We used both of those to try and stop a couple of their mini runs. But if you're not scoring, I don't know how many. I just told our guys, I don't know if we can call every timeout thinking that's going to stop the runs. We got to put some points on the board, and we just couldn't put points on the board. It was a combination of missed open shots, not getting off the ball quick enough, and then we had some bad turnovers in that fourth quarter alone. So I don't know if we could have called any more timeouts to stop the runs. If you're not scoring, it's going to be hard to stop what they're doing, and we definitely weren't getting stops on the other end as well. So, we tried a couple things defensively to try and get the ball out of Drew's hands and get him out of situations where he's attacking us, and they were able to knock down the shots that were there.
Pat, go ahead.
When you have over the course of the season so far more games where you perhaps struggle to close out more than you'd like, do you ever have to worry about confidence in a standpoint of here things go again or anything like that?
No, I know I don't feel it, and I don't think our staff does, and I'm hoping our players don't. We're trying to find who are some of the better guys playing throughout the course of the game to finish, and we saw a couple guys go in and out in that fourth quarter. I hope that's not a thought. Obviously, confidence is a part of everyone's game. I think it's a very confident group. I think it's a high-character group. I think they do really care about each other. I think when things just aren't going our way, we're trying to find that opportunity to get out of it. And, usually the best way is create energy with the basketball. Get some simple plays, get some movement, try and attack. I didn't think we did a good job in the second half. We had 36 points in the paint in the first half and only 18 in the second half. And that was a big point of emphasis for us. It was try and punish them inside, try and get to the free throw line, try and win the battle on the boards, and get a lot of points in the paint. And obviously they took that away from us, but I thought we weren't really attacking with the mentality that we needed in the second half.
Malcolm, how big do you think the technical foul was on Keelan in the fourth quarter after that they were 19-0 run?
Yeah, it was big. We've been in that situation a lot this season where we, have technicals at the wrong time. And it really impacts the game, so that honestly can't happen. But that's not the reason we lost that game. We didn't come out ready to play.
I know Coach Pierce, he said you all didn't come out ready to play, but you did fight back into it. It was tied going into the fourth quarter. So what happened in that fourth quarter specifically that it ended up being like the margin it was?
We went into a few different coverages, to guard them better, and we were breaking down those coverages. We weren't, executing them as we should have.
And I know, obviously Drew's a big-time player, had a really big game, and they were kind of short-handed. So I guess how hard is it to swallow when you know they're a little depleted and, you're playing them hard and you still can't get that win?
It's definitely tough, but you got to learn from it and move on.
Pat Boylan?
Malcolm, is there any concern when you have multiple fourth quarters go not your direction of a confidence issue or a deja vu factor at all?
No, I don't think it's a confidence issue. It's just an execution issue.
Okay, James.
I guess, in the locker, what do you all say after a game like this, or how do you all come together? Obviously, you get another chance to go right back at tomorrow night.
We decide we're going to play hard. We've done that before. We've had games where we came out and we didn't execute like we wanted, and then we came out the next game and did, and we're a completely different team, and that's what we're going to do tomorrow.
Caris, what was the conversation like in the locker room to swallow this one, knowing they were shorthanded, and you got a chance to obviously get back out there tomorrow against Detroit?
It was a lot just geared towards Detroit. We know how we came out against them last time, and they beat us, and we feel like we gave that one away. So it was mainly just geared towards them to just come out hard tomorrow and get the win.
You talk about giving one away against Detroit. This game was 87 once before the quarter. What changed to have the outcome that it ended up being?
We didn't score in the fourth quarter. It was 12-27. Probably had more turnovers and field goals. So that's always a recipe for disaster. Offensively, we didn't execute in the fourth. We let their hedges kind of dictate what we were doing, and we never adjusted to it.
Coach Pierce said you all didn't come out with the fight that you needed to. Malcolm Brogdon kind of said the same thing. How do you correct that? Because it seems like it gets corrected for a few games, and then there's like that one game where it's maybe not where it needs to be.
Yeah, I feel like Drew set the tone tonight. He was super comfortable coming out early, super aggressive and confident, and that dictated how the rest of their guys played. They just played free all night. And we, like you said, we got to come out and decide to play hard each and every game, especially in the situation that we're in now, trying to fight to get our record back to where we feel it should be.
How do you all stay together in moments like this? I know I saw Chris got frustrated during a timeout after Drew scored on him, knocked over a chair. I saw Miles get frustrated missing some shots. So how do you all stay together when you're working hard but it's not getting the results that you want, if that makes sense?
It's tough, but that's this game. That's life. You got to keep it pushing no matter what happens. You can't stay stuck in, the past. And as a whole, we got one tomorrow to kind of just correct what we did and get a win on our home floor, as we have a couple days off after that. But we got to put our all into tomorrow, flush this one, and just go get the one against Detroit.
James, you're good? Okay. Pat Boylan, go ahead.
Caris, even if you guys didn't get off to the start of this game as you would have hoped to, you were at 87 points going into the fourth quarter, so the offense was performing fairly well there. Did they change things up defensively? What caused the significant struggle in the fourth when it seemed like you guys were playing pretty well?
I think we just didn't adjust. Like I said, they were hedging ball screens, and we never adjusted our play style. We never, kind of switched up what we were doing, and we kind of were just passing around the perimeter, taking, threes that never touched the paint, and that's something that Coach Lloyd talked to us before the game about, and talked to us all game about, just making sure that we get good looks, making sure we touch the paint first. And I feel like in the fourth, it didn't really touch the paint. When we did try to touch the paint, we had some turnovers. I turned it over a couple times. We had some other turnovers, and it just didn't work out for us in the fourth.
Tony East, go ahead.
Caris, when that's happening during the game and you guys kind of notice you're not getting into the paint as much, what do you guys need to do better to shift back into that mindset and go back to doing what you know you need to do?
I think it's a collective effort. We can't all try to do it ourselves, and I think that's kind of what happened tonight. and we just have to take it one possession at a time. You know, I feel like the Bucks are a really good team despite who was playing and who wasn't playing their championship team. And they never got rattled, you know, when we made our runs. And that wasn't the same for us. You know, they made runs and we didn't respond the way that we needed to.
Pat Boylan, go ahead.
Back-to-backs are always challenging, Caris, but when you have a night like tonight where there's a bad taste in your mouth, is it at any way preferred to play tomorrow and try to get to, you know, reverse track versus having a day off?
Definitely. I think we're all looking forward to playing tomorrow and just getting this one behind us. We feel like we didn't play our best tonight. Everybody knows that, and we're just trying to get it back tomorrow.